Have you ever wondered what happens to the animals left behind after a disaster? What if I told you that in some of the most desolate places on Earth, life isn't just surviving, it's changing in incredible ways? When we hear the word mutation, our minds often jump to sci-fi movies. But in reality, a mutation is simply a change in an organism's DNA. It's a natural process that drives evolution, but it can also be accelerated by external factors like radiation, chemical pollution, or other environmental stressors. Places like Chernobyl and Fukushima, once bustling with human life, are now famous not just for their tragic histories, but for the unique ecosystems that have emerged in our absence. These exclusion zones have become massive, unintended science experiments. Let's step into one of these forbidden zones. Imagine dense forests reclaiming abandoned cities, where silence is broken only by the rustle of leaves and the call of the wild. These landscapes are hauntingly beautiful, but they carry an invisible danger. Radiation from nuclear disasters saturates the soil, the water, and the plants. When animals consume these plants or drink the water, that radiation enters their bodies. It acts like a tiny wrecking ball, damaging their DNA strands. This can lead to errors when their cells replicate, causing mutations that are then passed down through generations. It's a silent, invisible force constantly reshaping the blueprint of life. The results are fascinating and sometimes startling. Scientists have documented wolves with unusual fur colors, birds with smaller brains, and fish with deformities. In Chernobyl, barn swallows have been observed with higher rates of albinism and deformed beaks. You might see insects with altered wing patterns or horses that seem perfectly normal but carry a legacy of radiation in their genes. However, it's crucial to understand that not all mutations are like something out of a horror film. Many are subtle, and surprisingly, some animals appear to be thriving. Life, it seems, has a remarkable ability to push forward even when the odds are stacked against it. So, how do these changes affect the ecosystem as a whole? It's a double-edged sword. Some mutations are harmful, leading to lower survival rates and making animals more vulnerable to predators or disease. These genetic lines often die out. But then there's the other side of the coin, adaptation. Some mutations can actually be beneficial. They might provide resistance to certain diseases or help an animal better cope with its contaminated environment. Over generations, natural selection favors these advantageous traits, leading to the emergence of populations that are uniquely suited to live in these harsh conditions. It's evolution happening right before our eyes at an accelerated pace. This process reveals the incredible resilience of nature, but it also serves as a stark reminder of our impact. This is where humanity re-enters the picture, not as destroyers, but as observers and protectors. Teams of dedicated scientists regularly venture into these exclusion zones, braving the risks to understand what's happening. You'll see them in protective gear, using Geiger counters to measure radiation levels, setting up camera traps to monitor animal behavior, and carefully collecting samples for genetic analysis. Their work is vital. For example, recent studies on the wolves of Chernobyl have yielded a mind-blowing discovery. They appear to have developed genetic mutations that give them a heightened resistance to cancer. It's as if they've evolved a natural defense against the very radiation that permeates their home. Findings like these don't just teach us about wildlife. They could hold clues for future medical breakthroughs for humans. The stories of these mutated animals are both a warning and a source of hope. They are a powerful testament to the devastating and long-lasting consequences of nuclear disasters and environmental pollution. They remind us of our profound responsibility to be careful stewards of this planet. But in the overgrown streets of Pripyat and the wild forests of Fukushima, we also see an inspiring message. We see nature's incredible power to heal, to adapt, and to endure. Life persists, finding a way to flourish even in the most broken of places. It's a beautiful, complex, and ongoing story of resilience. Thank you so much for joining me on this journey today. If you found this story as fascinating as I do, please hit that like button and subscribe for more deep dives into the wonders of our world. See you next time.